and then we try to identify for predict yield. So this is the predict yield. Loading. Okay, so in this time we find out that this type of place, okay, it indicating about the high crop yield, this type of red color, okay, suppose 8 ton, okay, and this type of place is the low, this type of place is the low, we find out that, okay, 2 ton or less than 2 ton, this type of color, okay, and gradually it increasing. So we find out that this type of red color is the high yield prediction, we find out from our analysis. So now how I can create this type of crop yield map. So now crop yield, it's different on the different factor. Okay, so if you add the more factor, it will be more better. If you want to add the different types of factors, suppose land surface temperature, then precipitation, you can also add the different types of indices, NDVI, EVI or SAVI. We can add different types of indices or LST, temperature or bioclimatic variable. So different types of thing we try to add in here. So in this case, I simply add some indices. Okay, so I just create a function. So in this function, basically I just take a element and just I do all of those using this element. Suppose first of all I just simply remove the cloud and haze from my satellite imagery. Then I make the band of NDVI. I make the band of EVI. I also make the band of green chlorophyll vegetation index, GCVI. Okay, and finally I simply add all of those together. Okay, so I create this function. So I create this function. This is my function variable name. In this function, I add the cloud max, I add the NDVI, I add the EVI, I also add the GCVI, all of band together. So just I simply copy the function variable and connect with my image collection. So this is my image collection. So this is my image collection. I simply connect. After that, I compute the NDVI mini average value, NDVI maximum value, EVI average value, and GCVI mean value. I simply compute this type of value, mean, max, mean. I calculate it, and then I also take the LST. Okay, so I also take the LST average data from the MODIS. You can also use the Landsat imagery to make the LST to get the more better result for a small study area, and filter bounds with my study area, then filter date. Okay, I use the number reprojected the scale value and subtract this value to convert the unit degree Celsius. Simply convert the unit into degrees Celsius. We simply convert. After that, we simply predictors. So in this time, I simply use this type of predictors. So this is my predictors: NDVI mean, NDVI max, then also EVI mean. Also apply the GCVI mean or LST mean. This is my predictor. So this type of predictor, I simply clip with my field study area. Okay, and
what does that function of cut mean?
Okay, this cut function basically combine all of bands together. Okay, suppose this is my NDVI mean, NDVI max, EVI mean. So all of those I simply combine using the ee.image.cat function, and then simply clip with my study area, and I just simply rename. Suppose I put this rename, and I also rename. So I just simply rename all of band. I simply rename. I put this type of name. Okay, just I put this type of name. Okay, so I create the predictors. So after creating the predictors, I just display the one map, NDVI mean. I display. It's optional. I just try to show you that. And then we simply, okay, so it's very important about that. We need to, suppose if you have the ground truth data. Okay, suppose if you check the ground truth data for the crop yield, we can also upload it in our asset tab as a CSV file. Suppose for this coordinate, how much crop yield information. Suppose just a minute. Wait, just a minute. I'll try to show my another code. I think it was just saved in here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
You normally add the CSV file in
Yes.
the Google Thinking, or you convert the CSV to file.
Yeah, this CSV file you convert the point file geometry. Okay. Suppose in this case, this is the crop. Just let me run the code and show you the result. So this is the one kind of propellant. And this is the crop tracking growth chart. Okay. And we try to identify, suppose in this case you can see I just take the Sentinel 2 and then we try calculated the NDVI. Okay, and this NDVI, okay, and we just make the chart. Okay, so now in this time if you check, we have some ground data. Suppose this is my ground data yield 1.2. Okay, then suppose NDV 0.5. This is the based on the NDVI and also yield data. Suppose I have the NDVI data and yield data for a specific coordinate. So now based on the NDVI, we identify for yield using the regression. If you check, it show me this type of regression chart. And also show you a one formula y equal to mx plus c. Okay, you can see yield data equal 2.7 multiply with NDVI plus 0.14. So it's called the linear regression method to identify crop yield based on the NDVI. Okay, suppose for the NDVI or anything, it's called the linear regression. We can also apply for the multiple linear regression also. Multiple linear regression is added the more item, not only for the NDVI. We can also including suppose NDVI, NWI or SAV or anything we can easily add in here. But in this case, I just apply the NDVI and based on the NDVI, I just make the linear regression. We find out, you can see y equal to mx plus c. Okay, y equal to mx plus c. We find out this type of formula if you check. So this is my formula, and for this formula we find out, you can see this 2.7 multiply ndvi plus 0.14. Here 2.7 it's basically your slope value, 0.14 it's the intercept value. So you can simply apply this equation and we make this type of crop yield prediction. Okay, we can easily identify. So here is the high crop yield, here is the low crop yield. Okay, so we can easily identify this type of result using the linear regression of NDVI. Okay, based on the NDVI. Yeah, yes please.
So that means that you must go to the field to get the ground truth data that in this area,
Yes,
when
yes.
the NDVI
Value.
is 0.4,
Yes.
normally the yield for this hectare normally is maybe 1.2
Yes,
ton.
yes.
So if you don't have those data, it is difficult to predict.
So now so this thing we simply apply for linear regression and make the equation. So you can say I just create this type of equation, and for the region, suppose I just have only for this type of place data, but I want to make the result for the whole land area. So for that we can simply apply this formula y equal to mx plus c, because I have the NDVI value for all of region, all of cropland, I have the NDVI value. So then I simply apply 2.7 and multiply with NDVI and plus 0.4, because NDVI data is available. I can easily get the result for satellite imagery for NDVI. So then you can simply predict. So it's one kind of way for NDVI. Based on the NDVI, we just make the crop yield prediction. Okay, I will show you the another way. Just a minute. So let me check it. Okay, so in this code, we try to apply, you can see the Sentinel-2 NDVI, Landsat-8 NDVI, also MODIS NDVI, then also apply the precipitation, okay, then also apply the ERA5 temperature data, okay, and we also apply suppose soil moisture data. In this time we just use at the Sentinel-2 and VB, just use as a soil moisture pixel value, just use the vertical polarization, okay, but in this time there is no data, ground truth data of soil moisture, so that's why I just use the VV. So it also proxy of soil moisture data we also use, and simply use this function e.image.cat, and then we just simply combine all of result, okay, and then we take the ground point. So you can see this type of ground point, so I just randomly I put in here this type of ground point with their yield information. So these things we can also use the CSV file, also same process. In the CSV file simply store it latitude and longitude value, and also another column yield, another column for yield. So simply add the yield value, okay. So I for this coordinate I find out the suppose 4, then 6, 7. So this is my ground truth data, and now I simply make the use the combined, okay, just I call the combine, and call the training point. So this is my training points. Okay, I just use it for the training points of the yield, and then we simply apply the machine learning model. It's called the random forest, and then train data. Okay, and also combine all of data, and finally simply apply the classifier and find out this type of machine, apply the machine learning and create this type of things. So this is the process to apply the machine learning method to identify for the crop yield prediction, use of ground truth data, crop yield data. Okay, and in this case we also use this type of factor. Suppose you can see ndvi factor, then also use here that different types of ndvi sentinel to ndvi landsat, ndvi modis, precipitation, then temperature, then soil moisture. So this type of factor is influence on our crop. So that's why we can also add the more also another types of things, there is no problem, but same process we simply add the different types of factor, and then we can easily get this type of data. So now if you check for this, you can also check the legend. So this is the legend. So if you check, suppose just click on here and click, suppose just take click. So now for this coordinate we find out that wheat yield prediction result, how much, 4 ton, we find out class 1 result in here. Okay, so this is the machine learning and this is the regression. Okay, these two methods we can apply to identify for crop yield prediction, machine learning or regression. Regression can be, you can use the not only for the ndvi, you can use the different types of factor. It can be lst, it can be ndvi or anything. Okay, then you can easily apply the regression and predict the yield prediction. We can also do, and also apply the machine learning. So this is the process for the machine learning, and you can also apply for the crop yield prediction. These two process we can do, but for that we need the ground crop yield data. Okay, so you can also get the idea about the crop yield prediction, how we can really apply. Okay, so now we talk about that. I think this one. Okay, this is very important. So okay, so it's called that. So now this is another, suppose irrigation priority. Okay, so here you need the irrigation. Okay, so pest like stress, where you need, then ndvi is simply make the, and then harvest readiness, we just try to identify this type of things.